every semi-automatic shotgun action, rejected by every major gunmaker in Italy, has one thing in common. Somebody at some point looked at it and said no. Beretta said no. The old houses of Brescia said no. The men who had spent their entire lives building shotguns for a living looked at a mechanical engineer from Bologna with a spring-loaded bolt design and told him to leave. He carried his invention from workshop to workshop for years and collected nothing but rejections. And then he walked into a company that had never built a firearm in its life. A company that built motorcycles. A company run by 6 brothers whose factory had been bombed flat twice in one lifetime and who knew more about crankshafts and racing engines than they knew about shotgun actions. They said yes. 60 years later, the United States Marine Corps kicks down doors in Fallujah with a weapon built on that rejected design. The SAS carries it. SWAT team carries it. It fires 12-gauge shells 5 times in under a second with a mechanism so simple it uses 3 moving parts. And every established shotgun manufacturer on Earth eventually copies it. This is the story of Benelli, a motorcycle company from a widow's garage in Pesaro that walked into the firearms industry with 0 experience and built the most influential shotgun action of the last 100 years. In the spring of 1911, a woman named Teresa Boni Benelli is a widow. Her husband is dead. She has 6 sons, Giuseppe, Giovanni, Filippo, Francesco, Domenico, and the youngest, Antonio, called Tonino. There is no family fortune. There is no industrial inheritance. There is a small amount of capital left from selling family property, and Teresa makes a decision that will define the next century of an Italian city. She invests everything into a workshop in Pesaro on the Adriatic coast. Not a factory. A garage, a place to repair bicycles, cars, and motorcycles for people who cannot afford to replace them. The garage employs 5 of the 6 brothers. Tonino is too young to work. Giuseppe and Giovanni are sent to study engineering in Switzerland because Teresa understands something that will matter later. A repair shop survives on labor. A manufacturing company survives on engineering. During the First World War, the Benelli garage keeps busy fixing parts for Italian military vehicles. The brothers learn precision machining under wartime pressure, the same education that trains half of the industrial engineers of their generation. In 1919, they build their first engine, a 75cc 2-stroke bolted onto a bicycle frame. It does not work particularly well. It does not matter. In December 1921, they release the Velomotori, a 98cc 2-stroke motorcycle in touring and sport configurations. This is the first true Benelli motorcycle. The garage that repaired other people's machines is now building its own. In 1926, Giuseppe designs a 175cc 4-stroke engine with an overhead camshaft driven by a 4-gear train, a piece of engineering sophistication that outperforms machines with far larger displacement. The bike is fast, the bike is reliable, and the family has a rider. Tonino Benelli, the youngest brother, the one who is too young to work in the garage, grows into one of the fastest motorcycle racers in Italy. He wins the Italian championship in 1927. He wins it again in 1928. He wins it again in 1930, and again in 1931 on an upgraded double overhead camshaft version of the same 175. In 1932, he takes second place in the European Championship behind his own teammate. He is 30 years old, and he is one of the most decorated racers in the country. Then, in 1932, he crashes at the Tuguglio circuit. The injury ends his racing career. 5 years later, on September 27, 1937, Tonino Benelli dies. He is 35 years old. A stadium in Pesaro carries his name to this day. The Benelli brothers do not stop building. Through the 1930s, the factory grows, moving into larger facilities, producing 250cc and 500cc racing machines. By 1940, the company employs 800 people. It is one of the most successful motorcycle manufacturers in Italy. And then the war that took Tonino's country to war takes the factory itself. Allied bombing raids and German plundering during the occupation reduced the Benelli works to rubble and empty sheds. The company that built championship racing engines has nothing left to build with. The brothers do what manufacturers with nothing left do. They scavenge. Roughly 1,000 military motorcycles, mostly British machines abandoned on Italian battlefields by the retreating Allies, are salvaged, stripped, and rebuilt into civilian motorcycles. It is not elegant. It is not what the Benelli name was built on. It is survival. In 1947, racing resumes in Italy. In 1948, the brothers make a formal decision to continue manufacturing motorcycles and hire a rider named Dario Ambrosini. 2 years later, in 1950, Ambrosini wins the 250cc World Championship on a Benelli. The company that had been reduced to a pile of bomb rubble a few years earlier is a world champion again. This is the company. 6 brothers. 1 widow's garage. 2 European racing eras. A world championship. Decades of precision engine engineering. Nothing. Not one part, not one patent related to firearms. But the idea had already been planted, years earlier, before the war even reshaped the factory. The Benelli brothers were not just engineers, they were hunters. As far back as 1940, the idea occurs to them that the future of shotguns is not the traditional break action or the gas-operated semi-automatic, but something faster, something with fewer parts, something that could put 5 shots downrange in less than a second. They do not have the engineering answer. They will not have it for nearly 3 decades, but the itch is there, sitting quietly behind the racing trophies and the crankshafts, waiting for the right piece of paper to land on the right desk. That piece of paper belongs to a mechanic from Bologna named Bruno Civillani. Civillani is born in 1922. He grows up fascinated by an obscure Swedish design, a recoil-operated shotgun action developed decades earlier by an inventor named Carl Axel Theodor Schrenn, a concept so far ahead of its manufacturing era that it never achieved commercial success and was largely forgotten. Civillani studies it. He refines it. Where Schrenn's system used a separate operating weight, Civillani redesigns the entire concept around the mass of the bolt carrier itself, with a powerful spring compressed between the carrier and a floating, rotating bolt head. No gas ports, no moving barrel, no complex piston system to foul with carbon and burnt powder, just inertia, the property of a mass in motion resisting a change in that motion, harnessed inside a shotgun receiver with 3 primary moving parts. In 1966, Civillani files the patent. He calls it a gun with a floating breech bolt. He takes it to the established Italian shotgun houses, the men who have been building break actions and gas guns for generations, the names that Italian hunters have trusted for a century. He is turned away. Nobody wants it. The men who understand shotguns best in the entire country look at the simplest, most elegant operating system anyone has proposed to them in decades, and they say no. Civillani keeps shopping the design. Eventually it reaches the Benelli brothers, motorcycle manufacturers. Men who have never machined a shotgun receiver, never chambered a round, never built anything that fired a projectile. Men who do not know what a shotgun action is supposed to look like because they have spent their careers building engines, not guns. And that is exactly why they say yes. They do not carry the assumptions of the Brescia gun trade. They see a mechanism that is lighter, simpler, and cheaper to manufacture than anything on the market, built by an engineer nobody else wanted. And they recognize it as the answer to the question they had been asking themselves since 1940. In 1967, Benelli Army S.P.A. is formed. It is not built alone. Benelli does not have the manufacturing base to produce firearms on its own, so the new company is structured as a joint venture with Breda, an established Italian arms manufacturer, each side holding a stake. Breda handling the bulk of production, while Benelli manages assembly and sales. The motorcycle company is, at its founding, only half responsible for actually building the guns that will carry its name. It does not matter. The design is Civillani's. The vision is the Benelli brothers. In January 1969, the Benelli Arms Division in Urbino delivers its first production run. 150 semi-automatic 12-gauge shotguns built on the inertia system. Everything about the shotgun industry is about to change, and almost nobody outside a small workshop in Urbino knows it yet. The mechanism itself is almost insultingly simple. A bolt body, an inertia spring, a rotating bolt head. When the shotgun fires, the receiver and barrel recoil backward while the free-floating bolt, resisting that same motion because of its own mass, briefly stays where it is. The relative motion between the two compresses the spring. As the spring releases, it drives the bolt rearward, ejecting the spent shell, then slams it back forward, stripping a new round from the magazine and locking the action closed. No gas port to clean, no piston to jam with carbon, no moving barrel assembly to wear out of alignment. A shotgun that cycles 5 rounds in under a second using a part count that a child could count on 2 hands. Every established manufacturer that rejected Civillani built shotguns with more moving parts, more maintenance, more ways to fail in the field. The motorcycle company built the simplest gun in the room. The design catches on. The Model 121 establishes the platform. Through the 1970s and into the 1980s, Benelli refines the inertia system across a growing line of hunting shotguns, gaining a reputation among sport shooters for reliability in conditions that punished gas-operated competitors: mud, cold, dust, neglect. In 1983, Beretta, the oldest firearms manufacturer in the world, a company that had been building guns since 1526, buys into Benelli Army. Breda retains a smaller stake and continues manufacturing into the late 1990s before fully divesting to focus on its own military contracts. By 2000, Benelli Army is a wholly owned subsidiary of Beretta. The old house of Brescia that never built the inertia gun itself now owns the company that did. Through the 1980s, the Super 90 line launches, and it is here that Benelli stops being a hunting brand and starts becoming a military and law enforcement one. The Benelli M1 Super 90, then the M3, a dual-mode shotgun that can be switched between semi-automatic and pump action in the field, adopted by SWAT teams across the United States, including the Los Angeles Police Department. The reputation building through the 1980s and 1990s is not about elegance. It is about the same thing that made Civillani's design work in the first place. Fewer parts, fewer failure points, function under conditions that break other weapons. In May 1998, the United States Army's Armaments Research, Development and Engineering Center issues a solicitation for a new 12-gauge combat shotgun to standardize across every branch of the American military. Benelli responds with a new design, its first ever gas-operated shotgun, built around a proprietary system called Argo, auto-regulating gas-operated, using twin self-cleaning steel pistons positioned just ahead of the chamber instead of a single central gas system. It self-regulates for shell length and power level without operator adjustment, cycling 2.75-inch and 3-inch shells of varying loads interchangeably. In August 1998, 5 prototype samples are delivered to Aberdeen Proving Ground in Maryland. The testing is exhaustive. The Benelli M4 beats every competitor submitted. In early 1999, the contract for the Joint Service Combat Shotgun is awarded, imported into the United States through Heckler & Koch's American subsidiary, and designated the M044. 20,000 units are delivered to the United States Marine Corps that same year. The company that had never built a firearm in 1966 has just become the standard combat shotgun of the most powerful military on Earth. The M1014 deploys to Iraq and Afghanistan, used for close quarters engagement and for breaching, firing specialty rounds to blow locks and hinges off doors before a squad moves through. It is adopted by the United States Army, Navy, and Marine Corps. It is adopted by the Navy SEALs. Italy adopts it. The United Kingdom adopts it as the L128A1. Australia, Greece, Ireland, Israel, Lithuania, Malaysia, Malta, Slovakia, Slovenia, South Korea, Georgia, and more follow. A motorcycle company from a widow's garage on the Adriatic coast has built the shotgun standard of NATO Special Forces, all traceable back to a mechanism that every established Italian gunmaker turned down twice. In December 2007, Benelli Army acquires the Franchi trademark, absorbing another storied Italian shotgun name into the Beretta holding family alongside it. Today, Benelli Army operates as part of Beretta Holding, still headquartered in Urbino, still building the inertia system that Bruno Civillani could not sell to anyone else in 1966, and still building the Argo gas system that took the company from hunting fields into the hands of Marines kicking in doors in Fallujah and Kandahar. The motorcycle company still exists too, now under separate ownership, still racing, still carrying the name that Teresa Benelli's investment created in 1911. There is no dynasty of gunsmiths behind Benelli the way there is behind Fabrique Nationale or Mauser. There is no lone garage inventor working in isolation the way there is behind Glock. There is a widow, 6 sons, a repair shop for other people's machines, a world championship motorcycle, a bombed-out factory rebuilt twice, and an engineer from Bologna who could not convince a single professional gunmaker in Italy that his design was worth building. Every established name in the Italian arms trade had the chance to say yes to Bruno Civillani. Every one of them said no. It took a company that had spent 56 years building engines, not guns, to look at the simplest shotgun mechanism ever designed and recognize what it was. The rejection is the whole story. Civillani carried a better idea from workshop to workshop, and the experts turned him away because experience had taught them what a shotgun action was supposed to look like, and his did not look like that. The Benelli brothers had no such experience to protect. They had crankshafts, camshafts, and a dead champion's racing trophies, and none of it told them what a shotgun could not be. So they built it. And 60 years later, that rejected design is the reason a Marine can put 5 rounds through a doorframe in under a second. The reason the SAS breaches a hijacked room without a single reload. The reason a shotgun with 3 moving parts outlasted every gas-hungry, over-engineered competitor the professionals swore by. The gunmakers had the expertise. The motorcycle company had the yes.